Hello everyone, this is Marco Esquivel, Esquivel Wealth Strategies, powered by Global Financial Impact. I'm here with Stone Smartt, current NFL player, 4 years in the league, and having a nice little chat here about his future. So tell me, Stone, how's this journey been in the NFL?
Yeah, it's been a great one. It's a blessing. Starting back, I'm from Sacramento, California, specifically Antelope. And I went to Del Oro High School where I played quarterback. And, really that high school, that's where I really knew, hey, I got a shot. Like, my love for the game and my talents, I wanted to get serious. And, was fortunate enough to have a great team over there. Went to a state championship a couple times, won one of them. And, from there, just kind of had a process, had a plan. Out of high school, went to Northern Arizona. Did a season over there. Stuff panned out how it did, and decided to leave there and go back to junior college out in Riverside, California.
Okay.
Did a year over there, and that's another experience in its own. From there, was fortunate enough to have a few offers and decided I want to up and leave all the way to Virginia, and that's why I decided to go to Old Dominion University. Played quarterback out there for 3 years. And then, it was time to make a decision. Like, did I want to keep going, or did I want to, step into the real world? And my circle around me was very small, very tight, and, I had a great support staff, and I was like, give this football thing a shot. So, went in there, actually switched positions. So I was quarterback all through college, switched position to receiver my very last year of college, and then coming into the league, tried out at quarterback, receiver, and tight end. Went undrafted into the league in 2022. Picked up by the Los Angeles Chargers as a tight end. Had a great time in LA. Ended up spending my first 3 years over there in Los Angeles. Great group of guys, great group. Community aspect, fans were involved. Loved it, loved playing out there. And then most recently just finished my last year with the Jets out in New York, so that was year 4. Had our ups and downs, but still enjoyed the team, enjoyed the staff, the community, all of that. Yeah. It's a great learning experience and great experience, hands down. And then now, coming into year 5, looking to make noise and keep it going.
Good.
For the love of the game. Yeah.
Hey, you've outlasted the average lifespan of an NFL player, which is about 3 years. So going into year 5, that's a blessing. Yeah. And you're still walking, and no injuries.
Right.
You're beating the odds.
Right.
Which is great to see. Great to see. So.
No doubt.
Okay, so just like the NFL, like we all know, everything comes to an end. So, what have you done to prepare yourself for life after the NFL?
Yeah, in college, I went through and I achieved my business finance degree. Okay. In college, not necessarily knowing exactly what I wanted to do post-college career, but I knew I was really good with numbers, and I loved the idea of making money. Having money, making money, and making that money work for me. Yeah. Instead of just sitting there. Yeah. Fortunate enough with those investment opportunities, and then also being able to educate myself in this offseason. My first 4 off seasons, I had a mentor and a great support staff around me to, help me further my education along the finance industry. Yeah. Different avenues, different industries within finance that I knew of in college, but wasn't really honed in.
Yeah. I think we all go through that. Coming out of college, everybody's 22, 23. Right. Has no clue. Right. I don't care how many degrees we have. And then the world hits you, and then it's like, okay, this is real world stuff.
No, exactly.
So yeah.
So being able to get a better understanding. I already have an understanding, but talking to different people, networking, socializing, just picking people's brains, trying to pick their puzzle. Yeah. But yeah, and then that's really my main goal for my off seasons. I was able to obtain my financial producer's license.
Yeah.
So
that's a big deal.
Yeah,
especially playing in the league. That doesn't happen very often.
Right. You know,
Yeah.
the NFL, you know, it stands for not for long. So,
Yeah.
you know, while I'm in it, while I'm still a part of the brotherhood, just being able to take advantage of all the connections and the stuff I'm obtaining and being able to implement that when that time does come and I step into the real world.
Well, that's some big boy decisions. That's some good planning, you know, because life is a journey, and those are some things that, you know, you're going to be definitely being able to utilize in your future, you know, because when you stop playing, you know, you're definitely going to have an opportunity, you know, now, especially with all the people you've met, you know, all the families you can help. So, and all the guys in the league, you know, we always hear those stories. Right. So that's good. That's good. That makes me feel good. Yes, you know what you're doing. So last question, just, you know, well, we want to make sure that we have, you know, what you're planning, you know, laid out. So what does the future look like for you after football? So what do you hope to accomplish with that license, or what do you hope to accomplish when you're done playing ball, going into, you know, your future? Because how old are you right now?
27.
That's my point.
Yeah.
You're still young,
right.
So you got your whole life ahead of you. So what does that plan look like?
Yeah, you know, ever since a young age, I've always wanted to run my own business, and I think like having this financial background and the degree, just being able to, you know, have that conversation with people or families and help educate them, maybe like from whatever the case. If it's more personal, let that be. If it's more football, more finance, you know, whatever direction God steers me in. But definitely one thing that constantly comes back to my mind is helping those people and families, you know, have that money and then make that money work for them. And then also being able to leave a legacy for their next of kin. You hear about so many stories of athletes and families where it's like, it's a lot. It could be a lot on the athlete, and then what comes with is the family interactions, the friends, the people within that circle, trying to take a piece of the pie. So just, you know, whether it's an athlete, whether it's a worker, whatever the case, giving them information to help better themselves, better their lives, and go from there. It's a team effort.
That's good that you're recognizing that, you know, because we do see that. You see that obviously in your profession, but we see that in all professions, you know, and we see it throughout society where, you know, financial literacy is a big concept that's missing, and I'm sure you see it in the NFL, you know, firsthand, because you're around it all the time with people with money, you know, and the decisions they're making. So, you know, having that license and having that opportunity to go help people, you know, now as well as, you know, when you're done playing,
no doubt,
you know, that's gonna go a long way for making difference in lives. So, but you know, so you hang your license with
GFI, Global Financial Impact.
Yes, there you go. So that's a big brokerage, you know, out of Silicon Valley. So they're gonna, you know, you're gonna be able to help people all over the U.S. and all over the world, man.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, that's gonna be good. So, well, that's Stone Smartt, NFL player, moving forward, having a plan after football, you know, which is a big step in itself, because usually when in professional athletes, you know, really everybody, do they have plans when they're done playing? I don't care if it's football, baseball, basketball, whatever it may be. So that's a big step. That's a big step, you know. So proud of you and excited for you with the opportunities that are coming. So
thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you, Marco, for your mentorship ever since I've been a little guy. I couldn't be in the position I'm in today without you. And, you know, I'm looking forward to keeping this thing going.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I'm here for you, you know, but more importantly, I don't think all those years of coaching you in football, including the years watching at DO, I don't think we would have never won without you. And I don't think those championships would have never been achieved without you. And that's the big part of, you know, the relationship, you know, obviously. And then, you know, seeing you succeed in the NFL, you know, whether it be in the stands or watching you on TV, and then now your next journey, making sure you got things going. I love watching it. I love seeing you succeed.
It's
you know, keep it going. All right.
Thanks.
Proud of you.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
my business partner. All right.
That's awesome.